Hi, 7th grade. Welcome to your 4th day of review for the New York State Math Test. We're going to pick up where we left off with number 47. A student uses a solution that contains 16 grams of water to conduct an evaporation experiment. At the end of 1 hour, the amount of water in the solution has decreased by 3.5%. At the end of 2 hours, the amount of water in the solution has decreased by another 4.25%. Which calculations can be used to determine the amount of water in grams remaining in the solution at the end of the second hour? So with this question, I would play the multiple choice game and think like, okay, what is different in each option? So for A, step 1 is to multiply 0.035 times 16. And that happens in in option B as well. But the difference is in C and D, they're multiplying 0.35. So remember, it's 3.5%. So we divide that by 100, which actually gives us 0.035. So the answer could still be A or B. So I'm going to cross off C and D. Then in both A and B, they subtracted from 16. And multiply, step 3 is the same for both. The only difference is in step 4, in part A, they subtracted from the original 16. In B, they subtracted from the new number 15.44, which B is the correct answer because it decreases by another 4.25%, not of the original, but of what decreased in the first place. Okay, number 50. What is the value of the expression negative 8/9 divided by negative 2/3 times negative 4.5? So following PEMDAS, remember with division and multiplication, you just worked left to right. So instead of dividing by a fraction, we're going to keep change flip. So keep negative 8/9, change to multiplication, and flip to negative 3/2. And multiplying, I'm going to change this 4 1/2 to an improper fraction by getting mad. So multiply and add. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. And that's negative 9/2. Now I'm going to multiply straight across. Negative times a negative times a negative is going to give me a negative. 8 times 3 times 9 is 216. And 9 times 2 times 2 is 36. So right off the bat, I know I can cross off C and D because I know my answer is going to be negative. And now I'm going to divide negative 216 divided by 36, and our answer is 6, negative 6. Number 51. A board game has a spinner divided into sections of equal size. Each section is labeled with a number between 1 and 5. Which number is a reasonable estimate of the number of times the spinner will land on a section labeled 5 over the course of 150 spins? So how many sections are labeled 5? We have 1, 2, 3 sections out of a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 sections. So 3 over 12 is how many times you would expect it to land on 5. And we want to know how many times would that happen of 150. So we're going to cross multiply. 3 times 150 is 450. 12 times x is 12x. Divide both sides by 12. So 450 divided by 12 gives me 37.5. So I'm going to say it is about 40 times. All right, next question. Find the value of the expression. So we're going to have to use some PEMDAS here. So PEMDAS, we got to use parentheses first. So I'm going to leave the 5. Negative 1.5 plus 9.5 is 8. Plus, leave the 0.4 on the outside. 7 plus 11 is 18. Divided by negative 0.2. Now I have no exponents, so then I can multiply or divide. So I'm going to do 5 divided by 8. That's 0.625 plus 0.4 times 18 is 7.2. Next, we're going to divide that 7.2, so we'll leave the 0.625. Divide 7.2 by negative 0.2, and that gives us negative 36. So 0.625 plus negative 36 is negative 35.375. That question's easy as long as you follow the steps of PEMDAS and use your calculator appropriately. Number 53, a museum opened at 8 a.m. In the first hour, 350 people purchased admission tickets. In the second hour, 20% more people purchased admission tickets in the first hour. Each admission ticket cost $17.50. What was the total amount of money paid for all the tickets purchased in the first 2 hours? So in the first hour, we know we have 350, but we got to figure out how many tickets are sold in the second hour. In the second hour, there are 20% more people. So I'm going to do 20%, 20 over 100, and I want to find out what is 20% of 350. So I cross multiply, x times 100 is 100x. 350 times 20 is 7,000, so 100x equals 7,000. Divide both sides by 100, and x equals 70. So in the second hour, 70 people didn't buy it, but 70 more people than the first hour. So we got to do 350 plus 70, which gives us 420. So in the first hour, there was 350 people that bought tickets. In the second hour, there was 420 people that bought tickets. So we add them together. In the first 2 hours, there was a total of 770 tickets bought. Each ticket cost $17.50, so to find the total amount of money they made, we're going to take that 770 and multiply it by the price of a ticket. So times $17.50. Get out my calculator. So they made $13,475,000. Sorry, let me try it one more time. $13,475. There we go. Mick paid $2.94 in sales tax on an item that cost $42 before tax. At this rate, how much would he pay in sales tax for an item that cost $58 before tax? So 2.94 was the part, that was the tax, over $42. I want to know what is going to be the tax if it costs $58. So I'm going to cross multiply. So you get 42x is equal to, get out my calculator, 2.94 times 58 is 170.52. Divide both sides by 42. 42's cancel on the left. 170.52 divided by 42 is $4.06. Alright, number 55. At a store, customers are randomly selected to participate in a survey. On Friday, there were 500 customers at the store. Of those, 90 were selected to participate in the survey. On Saturday, the store manager expects 700 customers in the store. If the probability of being selected to participate in the survey on Saturday is the same as it was on Friday, how many customers will be selected to participate in the survey on Saturday? So, out of 500, we surveyed 90 of them. So I want to find out how many people would be surveyed if we had 700 customers. Again, cross multiply. 500x equals 9 times 7, 63. Zeros, okay. Then we divide by 500 on both sides. Get out my calculator. And we would expect to survey 126 people. Number 56. A school club needs 300 feet of rope for a project. They have the amounts of rope listed below. 2 pieces of rope that are each 16 yards in length, 1 piece of rope that is 12.5 yards in length, and 1 piece of rope that is 123.25 feet in length. How much additional rope in feet does the school club need in order to have enough rope for their project? So be very careful. You have to read. You have to do this conversion here. Because this is 16 yards. Well, there are 3 feet, so 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So if there's 3 feet in 1 yard, we're going to take 16 and multiply it by 3. So there's 2 pieces of rope that are each 48 feet in length. And then 1 piece of rope that is, so we're going to take that 12.5 and multiply that by 3 as well. So that's 37.5 feet. So we have 48 plus 48, because there's 2 pieces of rope that are 48, plus 37.5 and plus 123.25. That's what we have already. So I'm going to find that total. Adding them all up, 48 plus 37.5 plus 123.25. So that's 256.75 feet, and we need 300 feet. So to figure out how much additional rope we need, we're going to subtract 300 minus 256.75. And we get 43.25 feet. Alright, number 57. The table below lists the masses and volumes of several pieces of the same type of metal. There is a proportional relationship between the mass and the volume of the pieces of metal. Determine the mass in grams of a piece of this metal that has the volume of 15.3 cubic centimeters. So 15.3 goes here. Round your answer to the nearest tenth of a gram. So first we got to find out what the proportional relationship is. Remember, this is x and y, and our k is equal to y divided by x. So we do 4.1 divided by 34.932, and we get 0.11737089. If you do 5.6 divided by 47.712, you get the same number. 7.2 divided by 61.344, same number again. And last but not least, 11.7 divided by 99.684, same number. So that is our constant of proportionality. So that means 15.3 divided by something is going to give me that 0.11737089. So I can put that number over 1 and I can cross multiply. So 15.3 equals our long decimal, x. We got to divide by that decimal on both sides. You don't want to round until the end just to be accurate. So this crosses out and x equals, let's find out, 15.3 divided by 0.11737088. Sugar. Typed it in wrong. Try again. 15.3 divided by 0.11737088. 1173.